Get this together. Get this together. Get my people up in here. Okay. About to go live. Let's transition now. Let's transition. I gotta do something with these settings. Yeah. Soon enough, I'll upgrade this stuff. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Video resolution. I get. Give me about a second. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Who's up in here? Puppies are cute. Oh, okay. What's up, Midtown Thread? Okay. Okay, I'll do that probably later on with the video quality and stuff. Since okay, well, let's get started. So now that you are currently a new recruit or looking to become a recruit, and like in my last video, I told you had to. I like to. Wow. So okay. So like I said in my last video, you want to go into the service, but you don't know where to start. So after you talk to your families and friends, they tell you to go to see a recruiter. Depending on the branch of service you go to, you find out, online research of what you want to do, what type of jobs, and they offering bonuses. If you got a 4-year degree, if you just got out of high school, that's your option. So let's start out in high school. I think if you're in the junior or senior high school, they will have a program called JROTC. Now, JROTC is this is something like a small batch of what the military might brings, just an introductory course, because not every school has it, but it's good enough to go into. Now, JROTC is like you'll get more credits, like when you go to basic training instead of being E1, you might be E2, you might be E3. It just depends on the credits, and if you are taking any college credits um, in high school too. I went to school in New York. So school in New York, they do something called College Now. Okay, in New York, they do something called College Now, where they can give you college credits while you're doing high school credits. So it's like you're on top of, high school and college. You just take extra classes. You probably got to stay longer and stuff like that. And, get through that, put it on your transcript, take it out to your local recruiter, say, hey, I'm in JROTC for now. Probably do PT on the weekends. You might get paid, you might not. Don't quote me on that, but that's how it all entails. So that's JROTC. Now you'll go see the recruiter if you're not in JROTC, and what they'll put you in for the Air Force, I think it's called Delay Entry Program, DEP program for sure. So the DEP program um, are for like if you're waiting to go along, in the Air Force or so. But for all the services, you go to the recruiter. First thing first, before you even go to the recruiter, you want to call the recruiter. You got to find out where they at. That's when Google's your friend. So Google will tell you, hey, it's a recruiter 2 miles, 3 miles away. Go there. You call them on the phone, be like, hey, I'm interested in joining such and such service. What all I gotta do. So over the phone, they first ask you for your name, age, height and weight, stuff like that. And they say, hey, okay, you got the height, you got the weight. Are you in high school? Yeah, I'm in high school. When you graduate? I graduate in a year, or I graduate in 2 months. Okay, if you're a junior, you'll probably do basic training. And basic training is they'll have something called split ops. Where split ops is you go to basic training first, right? In the summer, you go back to high school, and then the next summer you do your AIT. You just keep going to drills and stuff like that if you're in the National Guard or Reserves, and just meet with your unit every month. So you at the recruiter, um, and they say, okay, good, good, good. You bring your documents down and say, hey, I have my social, my birth certificate, my passport. If you're an immigrant, get your immigrant card, all your basic info stuff that you need and things like that. So you'll do all of that first, and what they say is, hey, okay, good, you qualify over the phone. Do you need to come down and take the ASVAB? The ASVAB is for, like, to find out where you qualify on the job spectrum. Now the job spectrum, it ranges from 31 all the way to 99. So 31 to 99. So within those ranks and of the ABAP score determines your job. If you're getting any bonuses, if you're getting extra bonuses, it just depends on your score. If you're in high school, it should be no problem. But if you're like out and not in school for like extended period of time, it's gonna be a little challenging because you don't have the stuff fresh out your head. People when they went to MEPS, they get 70, 75 easy because they in high school. People that don't struggle a little, get a refresher and things like that. They probably in the 30s to 40s, But it's all good. You'll get there. So you get to the recruiter. You schedule a time and date. Time and date, say, hey, come here at such and such time. We'll talk. If you're 17, you might have to bring a parent or a legal guardian. If you're 18, you don't need one. So you go there with the recruiter. Recruiter say, okay, here's my documents and stuff. Before we proceed, we're gonna go to the back and see what score you can get on the ASVAB. So they give you a little practice test. Practice test on the ASVAB, it doesn't say per se what you do, but it gives the recruiter the preparation to see, okay, you can go to MEPS this week, or you need more study time. Now there is more. It's two types. It's the PICAT and the ASVAB. Somebody told me the PICAT, it's a more better because the scores are different than the ASVAB. ASVAB is very stringent. I took the ASVAB many times. It is hard. So you go do your ASVAB. I think it takes about an hour in the back. Do your ASVAB. You get a little pencil and a pen, and you do your math portion, your English, your writing, a comprehension, all of that stuff. So you get to your recruiter. You say, recruiter, I'm done. Okay, okay, let's see. They can take the computer, see what your scores are, and you get your scores. Your scores range from either like 30 or 99, like I said, but sometimes it don't always get to 30 or 99. You probably get a 25 on the practice ASVAB. The recruiter say, okay, you got a 25 on the practice, but you might do better on the real deal. But before that, they said, before I even take you to math, because I don't want to waste your time, uh, get a math book, get something to study. Take that, come back the next time, and we'll do it again. That's for the people that didn't get the 31 on the practice ASVAB. So the people that did pass the ASVAB, they going within a couple of days. They got all their paperwork, they got all their documents, they got everything they need to do because when you do it in the military, it's basically like another job. You got to have all your government information, social security card, and all that good stuff. So once that is good and gone, you go to the MEPS. Go to MEPS, do your thing on MEPS, and then it's all great and dandy from there. But for the people that don't go good on the ASVAB or the PICAT, um, It takes a little while, and something might not go right. So, like I said before, you have to do the practice ASVAB again on your own, study on your own, and things like that. Now, I don't know how all service do it, but they do have something called a Cat 4. Now, I'm not going to talk about Cat 4s right now because that's going to be in my next video. But simple in terms, Cat 4 is for if you didn't do too well in your ASVAB. That's for another day. So, okay, you didn't do good on your ASVAB before, you come back a couple of weeks later, you do the practice test, you pass the practice test, you got over 31, now you're good to go. Now, since you did that, you went to MEPS, all that good stuff, you come back to the recruiter, and before that, you're going to say, hey, to the recruiter, what job you want. You want to be a 91 Bravo, you want to be 11 Bravo, you want to do 88 Mike, 42 Sierra, 42 Alpha. You got all the options in the world. But depending on your ASVAB scores, depends on where your future goes, because you can have a short AIT or you can have a long ILT. It just depends on you. So you have did that, the ASVAB done. You went to your recruiter, you talk to your recruiter. Your recruiter say, okay, you got all these scores. Let's see what jobs you want. If you're undecided, yeah, you're undecided. You just say, hey, here's the list of scores. You just pick on the sheet. That's your job. Now, if you don't know what you want, they say, hey, what's your work history is back? What your work history was like. If you don't have any work history, the recruiter might or might not pick for you. Or, if you're under 17, your mom or dad or guardian would tell you, hey, pick this job. It's short career field. So when you get out, you could do this or you can't do that. So it just depends. But when you go to the recruiter, you got to make sure you pick their brain. Don't sign your contract right away. Ask questions. Keep going. Make sure that you are persistent in what you tell them. So ask them questions. Ask them about bonuses. Ask about for college. Everything that's on your mind. Take notes. Bring a friend. Bring a parent, and ask them what you want to do from there. Now, depending on the direction you want to go, I can't speak for the Marines, but the age limits of the branches determine everything. Like the Marines is like 25. You gotta be 25 before you go in the Marines. The Army is 34. Air Force is 39, and I think, don't quote me on this, the Navy and Coast Guard are 37. The age limit caps. Now, for those, it's a good decision. Depends on where you're going to. High school, high school people make it easy through it. Some don't, some do. It just all depends. Um, so the recruiter is there to help you along the way, but some recruiters are not. Some recruiters just want to go about, pushing you through, not enough gearing you to the right direction. Some will, some are like your good long friends. They'll keep up with you and say, hey, such and such, did you do this? Such and such, did you take care of that? Some recruiters will be on you because they care about you enough to get you along with your military career. Because at the end of the day, when they are leaving, you are coming. Simple as that. So, if anybody got any more questions, cash at me, throw in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to come back tomorrow or later on tonight or tomorrow, who knows, about what is Cat 4s. Cat 4s, everybody's going to know what a Cat 4 is by tomorrow. So, I hope this is informative. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming back tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody, and see you later. Mm-mm-mm.